Why Poland is Europe's best kept arbitrage. This statistic will shock you. This European country is on track to surpass Japan in real GDP per capita. In other words, life in a former communist nation is about to feel richer than life in one of the world's most developed economies in just 2 generations. But as incredible as this transformation is, there is a tax regime in this country that almost nobody is talking about. And it's one of the top arbitrage opportunities in Europe, possibly in the world right now. Today, I'm talking about Poland. In 2022, they introduced a regime that went completely under the radar. 70,000 euro per year, unlimited foreign income, 10 years, no investment required. I've been analyzing European tax regimes for years. Italy's program, Portugal's NHR, before and now IFICI regime, Greece's flat tax, Cyprus' non-dom structures, and somehow Poland slipped past almost everyone. In the next 15 minutes, I'm breaking down how this regime actually works, who it's designed for, the honest trade-offs, and why this might be the most underpriced regime in Europe. So you can see if Poland is a fit for you. Let's dive in. How it actually works. So the regime is quite straightforward, but specific. Move your tax residence to Poland, you must not have been a Polish resident for 5 of the previous 6 years, and you opt into a fixed annual payment covering all foreign-sourced income. Total cost, zloty 300,000 per year, roughly 70.5k in euro at current exchange rates. That breaks down to zloty 200k in direct tax plus zloty 100k in mandatory philanthropic contributions. The philanthropic piece isn't money you lose. It's directed spending on education, culture, science, or sports infrastructure. You document it annually, but you are building local connections while fulfilling the obligation. Family members join for zloty 100k. It's about, in euro, 23.5k each. No philanthropic requirement for them. But here is what makes this unusual. There is no cap on the foreign income covered. 500,000 crypto gains, it's covered. 2 million in stock sales, covered. 10 millions in dividends distribution, all covered. Same 70.5k ballpark annual payment depending on currency exchange rates. The math becomes absurd at scale. Consider Italy's flat tax up to 300k in 2026. Greece requires 500k locked in Greek assets. Poland, someone with 5 millions in annual foreign income, pays roughly a 1.4% effective rate. Standard European rates, 30 to 50%. This is objectively incredible. So what counts as foreign income? Dividends from foreign companies, capital gains on stock and crypto held personally, interest income from foreign accounts, rental income from properties abroad, royalties, licensing fees, any passive income sourced outside Poland. The only exclusion is controlled foreign company income under certain circumstances. For most people managing personal portfolios, this doesn't apply. Critically, Polish sourced income still gets taxed normally. Salary from Polish employer, business revenue earned in Poland, progressive 17-32% or flat 19% for business. The lump sum only covers foreign income, and this creates a serious optimization play. Run a Polish business at 9% corporate tax, while your global portfolio sits under the, roughly speaking, 70k flat regime per year. But first, let's put numbers side by side. And by the way, if you're new here, in the coming weeks, I'll be sharing many updates and strategies such as guides to the top countries to relocate to in 2026, and specific strategies, especially when it comes to Europe, but not only. So make sure to hit the subscribe to follow along. The 9% corporate tax angle. So beyond personal tax, Poland offers something equally compelling for entrepreneurs. Corporate income tax rates, well, standard rate is 19%. Small companies below 2 million euro revenue, 9%. The structure this enables is genuinely powerful. Let me give you a concrete example. SaaS or software as a service business through Polish entity, 1.5 million annual revenue. With 9% corporate income tax, we are talking about 135,000 euro in tax. Personal portfolio, 2 million in capital gains from stocks and crypto held abroad. The total tax under the lump sum regime, it's going to be 70.5k euro. Combined 205.5k in tax on the 3.5 million total income, effective rate 5.9%. For the right profile, this is objectively incredible. Show me another European jurisdiction offering that combination with Poland's institutional quality and growth trajectory. So now let's break down who this actually works for. Immediately, it's important to know that Poland's regime isn't universally optimal, but for specific profiles, it's a credible alternative to Switzerland at a fraction of the cost. Capital gains investor. If your wealth comes from portfolio appreciation, stocks, crypto, real estate abroad, this is probably the best deal in Europe. Unlimited gains covered for the 70.5k per year. No other European Union jurisdiction offers this combination at this price point. Better than Switzerland for this use case because you are covering all foreign income, not just capital gains. Crypto holders and Bitcoiners, long-term Bitcoin holders, DeFi operators, anyone with significant unrealized gains. Realized gains tax efficiently while maintaining a European Union residency and zero hassle with banking infrastructure and so far and so on. 10 million euro in crypto gains, still 70.5k total tax annually. And here is what really matters. No explaining to banks why you're resident in exotic jurisdictions, European Union or even maybe Swiss banking works normally. High net worth founders, building companies with significant foreign income streams, dividends, distributions, capital events. Structure your operating company in Poland at 9% corporate income tax, personal foreign income under the flat regime. This is Europe's stealth advantage for founders who want legitimacy without Italian pricing. High income remote workers, earning 300,000 plus from a non-Polish employer and want European Union quality of life at lower costs. Critical detail, the income must genuinely originate from a foreign source, a genuine foreign source. If you're paid by a foreign company you control, it needs real substance. Actual office, local employees, independent operations. Without substance, Poland CFC rules can recharacterize that income as Polish sourced. Polish sourced employment gets taxed normally. The flat regime only covers foreign income. This is very important. Never underestimate the CFC rules application, especially in Europe. Important clarification, I am breaking down the structure of this regime, but foreign control policies, related analysis are highly individual. Please ask your own advisor to help you in determining what's the best structure for your specific tailored case. Families with global income. The couple pricing makes this exceptionally cost-effective. Zloty 400k total, roughly 94k in euro at current rates. 200,000 zloty for the main applicant and 100,000 zloty for the spouse, plus 100,000 zloty in philanthropic contributions. Unlimited foreign income covered, no social security contributions on the foreign income, and kids under 18 years old included. There is no extra fee. Italy's 2026 regime, 300,000 for the main applicant, 50,000 euro per family member. Same couple with 2 kids, 450k in Italy. Poland costs 94k. Current, of course, ballpark. That's the comparison. For high net worth individuals living off foreign passive income, dividends, capital gains, rental streams, Poland delivers flat, predictable taxation without the reporting complexity. Full European Union access, Schengen mobility, institutional stability. Not Dubai wondering when corporate tax rules change. Not the Caymans navigating OECD substance requirements. You are in the European Union with a fixed cost structure codified in law. Now, let's be direct about who Poland doesn't work for. Pure salary earners. If all your income is from Polish employment, you are on standard progressive rates up to 32%. The lump sum doesn't help you at all. People needing Mediterranean climate. Poland has real winters. Let's be very frank. Warsaw in January isn't exactly fun unless you love that kind of environment and winter perhaps. If you require year-round sun and warmth, this is a non-starter. Think Berlin, not Lisbon. Those seeking 0% everything. If you want complete tax elimination on all income types, UAE, Paraguay are better. Poland is optimized for reasonable tax on significant foreign income, not zero tax. Anyone requiring Western Europe proximity. If your business or family ties demand you to be in Paris, London, or Milan regularly, Poland's location might be inconvenient. It's not impossible, but you are adding travel complexity. Professional traders. If you are day trading or classified as a professional investor, the lump sum doesn't apply. You'd be taxed as business income locally. The entire value proposition collapses for active traders. The honest trade-offs. And now, as great as the Polish arbitrage opportunity might be, let me be direct about what Poland doesn't offer. I've lived across Europe, Portugal, Switzerland, Italy of course, stays in Spain. I understand what different countries deliver. And Poland isn't trying to compete on Mediterranean lifestyle. Let's be clear. Winters are cold and dark. Warsaw in January genuinely isn't pleasant. Krakow gets slightly better light than Warsaw, I hear, but you are not escaping European winter. If sunlight and warmth matters to your mental health, factor this in seriously. And the language. Polish is difficult. English works in major cities for business, but integration requires learning Polish eventually. Government bureaucracy, while functional, operates primarily in Polish. This isn't Lisbon where you can coast on English indefinitely. Exit tax consideration. Very importantly, Poland has 19% exit tax on unrealized capital gains if you become a tax resident for 5 years and then leave. Strategic timing matters. Many people use the 10 years lump sum regime and exit before hitting the 5 years threshold, or eventually sell the assets before leaving so that they fall into the lump sum regime. This isn't a deal breaker, but it requires proper planning. Critically, ask your tax advisor on this. This topic is extremely relevant. Cultural adjustment. Polish culture is more reserved than Mediterranean Europe. Social integration takes effort. The expat bubble exists in Warsaw, but is smaller than in Lisbon or Dubai. Limited nightlife. If you need vibrant social scenes and late night culture, Warsaw's options are limited compared to Berlin or Barcelona. I'm hearing Krakow has a pretty vibrant art and music scene, so you may still find what you're looking for, but compared to other European hubs, expect things to be quieter in Poland. It's functional, safe and growing, but not energetic and chaotic in the Mediterranean sense. But that might be what you are looking for. Family foundation tightening. Poland introduced tax-efficient family foundations in 2023. 0% on share sales, succession benefits. New regulation taking effect in January 2026 tightened this significantly. 36 months lock-ups, CFC, application, exit taxes on foundation assets. That window closed. And seasonal air quality. This is an issue in certain cities during winter months. Air quality can deteriorate significantly due to heating and geography. Research this based on which city you are considering. It's a real factor and one that has been brought to my attention by expats and locals. So here is what is happening on the ground right now in Europe and why it matters for Poland. Portugal's NHR ended in 2023. The IFICI, the so-called NHR 2.0, only works for specific R&D and tech professionals or qualified professionals requiring local Portuguese employment. You can still incorporate a Portuguese service company providing IT services to foreign clients and be the director. But this regime requires proper setup, ongoing costs, and real operational substance. Thousands of NHR residents are searching for alternatives right now. Many will do so in the very near future as reality sets in. Some are moving to Italy if they can afford the 300k or they are okay with other tax exemption regimes. Some to Greece if they are comfortable with the 500,000 lock-up. But many haven't discovered Poland yet. Here is the thing. Italy's government is explicitly targeting the ultra-wealthy with 300,000 euro per year pricing. It's a Hermes pricing strategy applied to tax residency. Greece requires capital commitment that many mobile entrepreneurs aren't willing to make. Locking 500k, $500,000 in Greek assets for many years is a substantial bet. Poland, meanwhile, has rolled out this regime completely under the radar. radar. There is no marketing campaign, it's just there in the tax code available to anyone who qualifies. From conversations with tax advisors operating in Europe, Poland isn't yet saturated. Warsaw's expat community is growing but remains small compared to Lisbon or Barcelona. The infrastructure can easily absorb significant inflows without straining. And here is what makes this interesting. Warsaw is evolving fast. The tech scene is growing, international schools are expanding, the city is becoming genuinely cosmopolitan. It might be Lisbon in 2016 or 17 before prices exploded and everyone discovered it. Now, I've lived across Europe, Italy, Portugal, Switzerland, various stays in Spain and elsewhere. I understand the appeal of Mediterranean climate and culture. Poland isn't trying to compete on those dimensions. What Poland offers is functional efficiency at a reasonable price point. It's stable, tech-driven, migration-resistant, one of the fastest growing economies in Europe. Culturally closer to Berlin than Bucharest, and that positioning eventually matters for many. If I were optimizing purely on tax efficiency for a portfolio-driven income stream, Poland would be hard to beat in Europe. There are nonetheless incredible other alternatives. Unlike offshore havens that are objectively becoming increasingly complex to handle, Poland offers institutional legitimacy within Europe. Banks don't blink when you say you are a Polish tax resident. The European Union recognizes it without question, and nobody asks you why you are there. I'm expecting this setup will last much longer than other alternatives. But the trade-off is lifestyle for some, not for all. You are choosing Warsaw over Lisbon, Krakow over Barcelona. If Mediterranean or Southern European energy matter to you, eventually this is something you have to consider. But if you are building, if you are focused on accumulation rather than consumption, if you value functioning institutions over beach clubs, and perhaps you like eventually a bit colder winters, Poland makes sense. And here is something I keep hearing. Everyone I meet in Warsaw seems happy, almost cheering up for the country. None are leaving, and that's something very, very rare. If you are seriously considering relocating to Europe or a path to European citizenship and want help thinking through what would fit your specific situation, visit bcitizenship.com to schedule a consultation. We'll give you our unbiased take and discuss the pros and cons of each option. We are product builders, we don't consult, so we will tell you if one of our product is a fit for you. If so, we will be very glad. Otherwise, maybe in the future we will have something that is a better fit for you. In any case, please make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all my next guides and breakdowns. Thanks for watching and ciao for now.